everybody, coming to you from a busy day of blogging, and today I wanted to share with you a new sauce recipe that we actually got a request for from a reader via email, and that is yum yum sauce. You might have just gotten really excited because you love yum yum sauce, but honestly, my first reaction was, what the heck is yum yum sauce? And when I brought it around to the family, nobody else knew what the heck it was either. Yum yum who? My understanding is that it comes from a hibachi restaurant recipe dating back to the 1960s. So this is a sauce that's about as American as it can get. It's a sauce that gets served with your steak, your shrimp that have been tossed into the air. Apparently people can't get enough of this stuff. They're dousing it on their rice, they're dousing it on their steak, and they're buying it by the cupful whenever they go out to their local hibachi restaurant. It's actually a pretty simple mixture of mayonnaise, ketchup, or tomato paste, and a few spices. You'll need a hot sauce, and for this you could use a simple vinegar-based sauce, kind of whatever you have around. I tried it with Louisiana Crystal. It's pretty good, but I actually do like it a little bit better with a chili garlic sauce, so something like sriracha is great to use here. But again, if all you have is a Frank's or a Louisiana Crystal or something like that, that'll work too. Rice vinegar for a little bit of tang, and salt just to bring everything together. We're also gonna put a little bit of white pepper in it. I think it adds a nice little extra dimension. The most important ingredient is a little bit of butter. You melt it up and then whisk it into the sauce, and it just gives it that little extra something. Now let's make some yum yum sauce. So the first thing I'm gonna do for the yum yum sauce is actually melt a tablespoon of butter. This is one of those big blocks, so that's about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more, but no harm done. I'm just gonna microwave this for about 15 to 20 seconds, and it'll warm it up, and then while I'm measuring out the other ingredients, it should finish melting. If you just swirl it around, it'll kind of finish melting in the residual heat. While that's happening, I'm going to measure out the rest of my ingredients. So I need about a half a cup of mayo. You can use whatever your preferred mayonnaise is. I love these spoonulas because you don't waste anything. It's good at getting into all the crevices. Ketchup. So I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. A lot of people out there are using tomato paste, but then they add sugar, and I'd rather just make my life easy and cut straight to ketchup. Then I'm going to go for 1 tablespoon of this chili garlic sauce. You can do this to taste, so you might want to start with less and then add as you go. But I'm fairly confident, so 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. Then I'm gonna go for my spices. So I need 1 teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, and 1/8 teaspoon of white pepper powder. That's everything you need for a little yum yum. So now I'm just gonna whisk it together. And it's gonna take a sec to come together, and it's gonna look a little chunky at first, but keep whisking and it'll smooth out in no time. Give it a taste.
Is it yum yum?
Dare I say yes. And that's it. Easy yum yum sauce. I will say this one looks a little bit chunkier because I used this chunky chili garlic sauce, but if you use a smoother sriracha and you prefer that look, you can go for that too, but a little extra garlic is never a bad thing in my book. So that's the recipe. You can find the full recipe at thewalksoflife.com. A yum yum sauce.